Yeah, just be careful this one. Yeah, otherwise it's back.
I'll set it up, don't worry.
So you all can move forward, please.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. May I request everyone to move forward as much as you can. So people standing on the back can also come in and sit down. Thank you. Nityananda Trayodasi Mahamahotsav ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So please chant. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to seek the blessings of all the assembled guests and Guru Parampara and of course their lordships. So I can glorify this most auspicious occasion of the divine appearance of Lord Nityananda today in the right mood and with the right words. Vanshakalpatarubhyasya cha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Om jnanatimirandhasya jnananjana-salakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-pristhaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swami Nityānanda. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityānanda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So every year we begin our first month in the calendar, English calendar, January, with the celebration of the appearance days of personalities who appeared along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of Panchatattva. So just a few days ago we had the divine appearance day of Lord Advaita Acharya, who comes along with the Lord Nityananda, whose appearance day we are celebrating, along with the Radhar Pandit and Srivas Thakur, to participate in the distribution of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this age of Kali. So a little bit of background. As Lord Krishna was preparing to wind up his pastimes from this material world in Dwapar Yuga, Narad Muni goes to visit Lord Krishna in Dwarka. Lord Narad Muni is quite concerned about the well-being of conditioned souls in the Yuga which is about to come, that is Kali Yuga. Because in this age of Kali Yuga, which is the present age, as we may have all experienced, that we are always in anxiety, right? Regardless of the position, whether you are a very rich person or very beautiful person, you may be a very scholarly person, and regardless of your position in the material world, there is never a day when you are not in anxiety. This is the very nature of this material world, and especially this is true so in this age, present age of Kali, where our consciousness is always disturbed, our mind is always disturbed. We are short-lived. Prayena alpayushah ka prayena alpayushah sabhya kalavismin yuge jana. What is that? What are the characteristics? That in this age of Kali Yuga, our lives are very short, and we are manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya upadrita. So Srila Prabhupada explains that we are lazy, we are misguided, and above all we are always disturbed. So Lord Krishna is also concerned, and so is Narad Muni. So Narad Muni approaches Lord Krishna to find out what are the plans Lord is having in his mind for this age of Kali Yuga. And Lord Krishna himself had outlined so many terms and conditions how one can be freed from all this anxiety in this material world, in that age of Dwapar Yuga in which he had appeared. But then he is also thinking that in this age of Kali Yuga, people are not going to be able to follow rules, regulations, so he himself is very concerned. So Narad Muni always times his visit very nicely. He appears in front of Lord Krishna and asks. So there Lord Krishna is thinking of coming again in this Kali Yuga in an incarnation which is filled with mercy. And that is Lord Gauranga. Narad Muni takes the task of arranging the team to support the mission of Lord Gauranga in this age of Kali Yuga. So he himself appears as Srinivas Thakur in the Panchatattva, 5 personalities, 5 features of Lord Gauranga. Srinivas Thakur is Narad Muni. And Mahavishnu, who is also very keen to take part in the pastimes of Lord Krishna when he comes as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he appears as Advaita Acharya. And Lord Balaram, who was elder brother of Lord Krishna in the Dwapar Yuga, he also appears as Nityananda Prabhu. And of course, Radharani also comes in the form of Gadadhar Pandit. So these are the 5 personalities who appear in this Kali Yuga to spread the holy name or the Sankirtan movement, which is the most potent and simplest form, filled with all the potencies to deliver us from this material world. In other words, Srila Prabhupada explains that in Mundak Upanishad and in Katha Upanishad it explains that doesn't matter how good preacher you are or teacher you are, how well you may be able to speak. Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya, he says so. That doesn't matter how well versed you are, how good you are in terms of teaching and preaching and talking, pravachan. And doesn't matter how intelligent you are. Nayam Medhaya Na Bahuna Sutena. Doesn't matter how intelligent you are, and doesn't matter how expert you are in terms of learning or even reading scriptures. On top of all these things, you need the mercy and guidance of a spiritual master in your life if you truly want to be freed from the repeated miseries of this material world. And Lord Nityananda comes, who is none other than Lord Balaram, the first expansion of Lord Krishna, that is Lord Balaram. He comes as Lord Nityananda with that mission to, regardless of our material qualification, he comes and approaches us. He comes and reaches us to free us from this material world. So this evening I will be reading some verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita, composed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Chaitanya Bhagavat by Vrindavan Das Thakur, as well as Chaitanya Mangal by Nechan Das Thakur. So the story I mentioned of Narad Muni is mentioned in Chaitanya Mangal by Nechan Das Thakur. So let's meditate upon the mood and mission and qualities of Lord Nityananda. So, so there are so many beautiful bhajans composed by our wonderful acharyas who present the essence of Vedic scriptures in their bhajans. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Suta Hoile Sei Balarama Hoilo Nitai Balarama Hoilo Nitai. So Narottam Das Thakur sings in this bhajan and explains who Lord Nityananda is. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Brajendra Nandan. He appeared in the womb of Mother Sachi, and he is none other than Brajendra Nandan, that is Lord Gauranga. So is Balaram Hoilo Nitai. So Lord Balaram appears as Nityananda Mahaprabhu. So today is 13th day of this month, in Magha month. So Lord Balaram in the form of Nityananda appeared on the 13th day of Magha month in 1474. Now if you look at the appearance, the sequence, the chronology of the appearances of the 5 preachers of Panchatattva, then it is first is Advaita Acharya. He appeared 52 years before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Followed by Srivas Thakur, who appears 30 years before Lord Gauranga. Followed by Lord Nityananda, who appears 12 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then a year later, Gadadhar Pandit appears after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Nityananda appeared in West Bengal in Ekachakra, in the family of his parents were Hadai Pandit and Padmavati. He appeared in top class Brahmana family, and it is described that he was very much detached from his childhood from these material affairs. But first 12 years he stayed with his parents, enacting childhood pastimes of Lord Balaram and Lakshmana. And then at around 12 years of age, one sannyasi visited his family and asked Lord Nityananda to come along with him on a pilgrimage. And seeing that Lord Nityananda was always very much renounced from family affairs and so forth, his parents did not hesitate understanding his mood, but at the same time also were mindful that this is a great sannyasi who has come asking for Lord Nityananda to travel with him. He was Nitai, known as Nitai. So because as we know that Lord Ram and Lakshmana were also taken by Vishwamitra Muni, and what happened to Dasarath Maharaj, we know the story. So Hadai Pandit was conscious of this fact, so he allowed Lord Nityananda to travel. So in Chaitanya Bhagavat and in Chaitanya Charitamrita, specific names actually are not mentioned who is the sannyasi who he traveled with. But various commentaries are there, and there is an opinion that this sannyasi perhaps was Lakshmipati Tirtha. And also some think that it was Madhavendra Puri. So anyway, Lord Nityananda, after the age of 12 years, and mind you, by then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. At the age of 12, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared, which Nityananda is conscious of that, and he chants loudly. Nobody can understand why he's chanting, because he's in Ekachakra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in Navadvip, Mayapur. And anyway, Lord Nityananda travels around India. He goes from Ekachakra to Vrindavan, and then he goes to Dwarka, west Gujarat, and further down to the south, and then up to Badrikashram, then again comes back like that. He travels throughout India and finally comes back to Mathura. And he stays there for another 20 years. Stayed there for another 20 years, and he did not come to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu until Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thinks of him. Because, you see, it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to come and flood the world with his prema. And Lord Nityananda is very mindful that he is simply an instrument in that mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he maintained that mood, even though Lord Nityananda is none other than Lord Krishna. In all respects, his only mood and form is different. He has all the potencies to do so, but he maintained the mood of being a servant. Actually, it is described by Srila Prabhupada that Lord Balaram or Lord Nityananda is the original servant of Lord Krishna, or the first servant of Lord Krishna, and topmost servant of Lord Krishna. So we try to see here the mood Lord Nityananda maintained throughout his pastimes in this appearance. We maintain that mood throughout. So when, in the meantime, while Lord Nityananda has traveled, gone back to Vrindavan, he's waiting for a signal from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu will call him. He is in the mood of separation. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already gone to Gaya and has taken initiation from Ishwar Puri and has come to Mayapur at the house of Srivas Thakur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed so many wonderful pastimes there, which we will hear hopefully on the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, after wonderful showing his divinity and giving association to Srivas Thakur and Haridas Thakur and other divine personalities present there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he remembers Lord Nityananda. There's a great personality I'm missing, and he remembered him. And of course, Lord Nityananda understands that now this is time for me to go to Mayapur and meet Mahaprabhu. So Lord Nityananda then immediately goes to Mayapur, Navadvip Dham. But he does not go straight to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He goes and stays at the house of Nandan Acharya in Navadvip Mayapur Dham. And he stays there. To cut the long story short, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself walks and comes to the house of Nandan Acharya to meet Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu sees Lord Chaitanya, and he gets totally absorbed in his meditation. He goes into trance, basically looking at the beautiful form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he says nothing. He is stunned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, realizing that Lord Nityananda has gone into another world, he asks Srivas Thakur to recite some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam Gopi Gita, Barahava Pidam. So, upon hearing the wonderful slokas sung by gopis, Lord Nityananda then immediately jumps and he starts dancing, and so much so that he falls flat and goes unconscious again. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picks him up and puts him on his lap. And Vrindavan Das Thakur described, the scene is wonderful. Just like when Lakshmana was hurt by Indrajit, the arrows of Indrajit, how Lord Ram picks him up on his lap and he's lamenting. And here we see the same scene is here. Lord Gauranga has picked up Lord Nityananda on his lap. But it is also described, it is this Lord Nityananda in the form of Sheshana, in the form of Shesha. He acts as a bed for Lord to reside. In the form of Ananta Deva, he holds all the universe. So he is carrying the weight of everyone, and here his weight is being carried by Lord Gauranga. So after this, of course, they exchange beautiful, emotions and so forth. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes Lord Nityananda to the house of Srivas Thakur there, and wonderful kirtan goes on there, and Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya asks Lord Nityananda to participate in the Vyas Puja ceremony. Srila Vyasadeva's Vyas Puja is there, and Srivas Pandit is the priest. He's the MC of that function, and he gives a garland to Lord Nityananda and asks him to place it on Srila Vyasadeva. But Lord Nityananda holding the garland, he's looking here and there, and Srivas Thakur is wondering what's going on, because you see, Lord Nityananda is known as Avadhuta. You cannot predict what he might do next moment. So he's worried, I don't know what he's going to do, so he runs to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, I've given garland to Lord Nityananda, but he's standing still there. He's not placing the garland to Srila Vyasadeva. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and says, okay, let's go and see what's going on there. He comes there, and the Lord Nityananda immediately tries to place the garland on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what are you doing? Nityananda said, Mahaprabhu, you are the source of everyone, including Srila Vyasdev. Srila Vyasdev is your incarnation. Actually, it is described that when he is placing the garland on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda sees himself, his own image in the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Srila Prabhupada explained this also demonstrates that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, they are not different from each other. Mood is different. Mood is different. Lord Gauranga, Lord Krishna is the Savya Bhagavan. And Lord Balaram or Lord Nityananda, he is the Sevak Bhagavan. He is the servant God. So, so many wonderful pastimes take place. And Srivas Thakur's house is the place where nightly kirtan will go on. From his house, actually, the Sankirtan movement comes out on the street and so forth, and wonderful pastimes take place. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there asks Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda, go out on the street. Remember what was the purpose for your appearance? I want this holy name of the Lord Sankirtan movement to be spread. Please go out on the street. So they go. And I would like to recite a few verses, because we cannot glorify Lord Nityananda enough without actually describing the wonderful mercy he displayed on the two most fallen souls. And actually, when we think of that, we all are fallen souls, especially in this Kali Yuga. Everyone is very fallen soul. And it is also worth reflecting that we all have gathered here not because of our qualification, but because someone has shown mercy upon us in our life and has connected us to the source of mercy. Lord Chaitanya is the ocean of mercy, and Lord Nityananda, who represents the whole Guru Parampara. Anyone who has acted as a Guru in your life and brings us to Krishna consciousness is essentially a Guru. And Lord Nityananda represents the whole Guru Tattva. So, worth reflecting. Please think that how you came to Krishna consciousness. Was it really your qualification, or somebody poured mercy upon you and you came to the movement of Srila Prabhupada? I reflect my own journey to Krishna consciousness, that it was the devotees it was the friends around me who brought me to the temple of ISKCON in Adelaide. And from there my journey begins. And Srila Prabhupada, who is a perfect representative of Lord Nityananda, has brought that mercy of Lord Gauranga, representing the perfect mood of Lord Nityananda to the West. And he is distributing his mercy, Lord Gauranga's mercy through Lord Nityananda, because Guru is a perfect, Srila Prabhupada is a perfect representative of Lord Nityananda. So every Guru represents Lord Nityananda. That's how we should see. So, let me just read some. I would like to read some, because when we read the verses composed by Acharyas, it's really simple, more really simple. So, upon being asked ordered by Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, by the way, is Lord Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj combined. There is another pastime, how he appeared, but this was also his desire to be part of this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he can serve. So here you go, he has got the opportunity to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda, they go out on the street asking and begging everyone to Bhaja Gauranga, to chant the holy names of the Lord. Now they have been empowered by the Lord to go and distribute the holy names, so they are out on the street trying to distribute. And Lord Nityananda is thinking, that they see that two drunkard personalities disturbing the whole society, and they are, by the way, Jagai and Madhai. They were born in a very in a Brahminical family. They were very opulent in many respects, but yet they were intoxicated, they were disturbed, they were not happy. So Lord Nityananda is contemplating, and those who are around, because there's a crowd gathered there when they were creating a lot of nuisance, Jagai Madhai, there is a crowd gathered there to see what they were doing, and this crowd warned Chaitanya and Nityananda Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur, don't approach them because they can do anything. They have killed many people, they have smashed many people, and they wouldn't care whether you're sannyasi, avadhuta or brahmana and so forth. They have no such power of discrimination. They will harm you. But Lord Nityananda is not disturbed. Actually, he starts contemplating. If they are really most fallen personalities, if somehow I can take them to Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu's glory will explode. So this was Nityananda Prabhu's mood. Because if they are the most fallen people, if they can be delivered, then you can imagine how glorious Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will become. So, Suni Nityananda Vada Karuna Hridaya Duyera Udhara Chinte Haya Sadaya. So, being warned by the crowd there, but Lord Nityananda is thinking of how I can deliver them to Lord Gauranga. So yes, after hearing this, the kind-hearted Nityananda mercifully contemplated how to deliver the two. And the Lord has incarnated to deliver the sinful. Where will he find such sinners as these? So these are the thoughts. This is how Lord Nityananda is thinking. ए द्वेरा प्रभु यदि अनुग्रह करे तबे से प्रभाव देखे सकल संसारे तब हया नित्यानंद चैतन्य दास ए द्वेरा कराया यदि चैतन्य प्रकाश. If the Lord bestows His mercy on these two, then the whole world will know His glories. If I can reveal Lord Chaitanya to them, then I, Nityananda, will be known as Lord Chaitanya's servant. Wonderful. Such a nice mood Lord Nityananda is displaying. That if somehow I can glorify my master, Lord Gauranga, then only I will think that somehow rather I have become a devotee or a disciple or a servant of Lord Gauranga. So, there are so many things we can learn and imbibe in our own devotional life, that how we should be focusing on glorifying Srila Prabhupada, glorifying Guru Parampara, not so much focusing on glorifying ourselves. Actually, that should not be the mood whatsoever. And we learn this from Lord Nityananda here. So this was the glory of Lord Nityananda. We know how when Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur approached Jagai and Madhai, they chased him. They look, because Nityananda approached them and asked them to Bhaja Gauranga, Ka Gauranga, La Gauranga, Namare. He goes and asks them, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving strict instructions, he goes simply ask them and do nothing else. And that's what Lord Nityananda was doing. Upon hearing this plea from Nityananda, these two brothers, Jagai and Madhai, they chased Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, and they ran for their life. And actually, Haridas Thakur is saying that I'm an old person. And I don't know what got into my head that I came with you. And now this is what I get. I don't know if I'll survive today. हमारे भंडाओ या ना पशुरे भंडाओ हमारे से तुम्ही पुनः पुनः से सिखाओ. Yeah. So what Nityananda Prabhu said to them? Bala Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Laha Krishna Naam, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Now, upon hearing these requests from Nityananda, this is what happens. Is there, Lord Nityananda is trying to say that Krishna has incarnated for your benefit. Therefore, give up all sinful activities and worship Krishna. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, go and ask them to worship Krishna, chant Krishna, so forth. So, here he says, they are chasing and they are also harassing them by calling, bad names of Haridas Thakur and Lord Nityananda. So when Haridas Thakur is complaining to Lord Nityananda that I made a mistake in coming with you, then Lord Nityananda said that Nityananda bole bhala haila vaishnava, Nityananda bole bhala haila vaishnava, aji yadi prana vache tabe pai sava. Nityananda said, we thought it would be good to turn them into Vaishnavas, but we'll be lucky if we survive today. So Nityananda Prabhu is also joining Haridas Thakur to, lightening up a bit. So, Haridas bole, Thakur ara ke na bola, tomare buddhi te apramitte prana gela. Haridas said, oh Lord, what can I say? Today I will die prematurely because of your ideas. Because you have tried to give Krishna's instructions to drunkards, we have received proper punishment, almost losing our lives. So, speaking this way, the two lords are running away from them towards Lord Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu. And when they come near the house of Lord Chaitanya, where he was there, then these two Jagai Madai, they are exhausted, they stop there that far. And as Nityananda and Das Thakur approached, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Trase dhaya doi Prabhu vachana suniya, Raksha Krishna, Govinda baliya. So Lord Nityananda and Das Thakur is calling Gauranga, please. Hearing these words, the two lords ran in fear as they called out, Save us Krishna, Hey Govinda. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, they are calling out Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for help. And this is where Haridas Thakur says, Haridas bole ame na pari chalite, jani ao asiyami chanchala sahite. Haridas said, I cannot go further. Why did I knowingly come with this restless person? This restless person is Lord Nityananda here. Rakhilena Krishna kala yavanera thai chanchalera buddhij aji parama harai. So Haridas Thakur is thinking that I was saved. He was beaten up by now in 222 marketplaces, then he was thrown into Ganges river, So he says, I somehow survived that, but doesn't look like I'm going to survive today. Haridas Thakur is thinking this way. Nityānanda bole, Ami nahi e chanchala, mane bhavi dekha tumhara Prabhu, sevi wala. So Nityananda is saying to Haridas Thakur, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame your master, Lord Gauranga. He is the one who ordered us to do this. And he says, Brahmana hayayena raja agya kare, tana bole boli saba prati ghare ghare. Lord Nityananda is saying, who does Lord Gauranga think he is? He's ordering us he's a Brahmana, but he's ordering us like a king, So like this, they were choking like this and come there. And they are saying that na karile agyataya, na karile agyatana, sarvanas kare, karile o agyataya, ei phale dhare. They say if we are doomed, then we are doomed, and if we don't, we are also doomed. So if we listen to him, this is what we get, and if we don't listen to him, our life will be ruined. Like that. So talking like that, they approach Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauranga, they arrive there. And of course, Lord Gauranga being omniscient, everything, he knows what's going on. So when they approach Lord Gauranga, they explain the brief. This is briefing time because Lord Chaitanya has ordered Haridas Thakur, Nityananda, go out, preach, ask everyone to chant, and then come back, give me a report. So they come and give the report, wonderful report. They had to share with Lord Gauranga, and Lord Gauranga knows everything. And so today, this is the report. Today we have seen two strange persons. They were great drunkards, yet they called themselves Brahmanas. We nicely requested them to chant the names of Krishna. In response, they chased us, yet we fortunately survived. The Lord said, Lord Gauranga, he knows, but he said, who are these two? What are their names? Why would Brahmanas engage in such activities? Anyway, after the briefing, because Lord Nityananda is very much concerned about the deliverance of the two. And Lord Chaitanya, upon hearing what they had done to Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, he says, I am going to chop them into pieces. How dare they treated you too, my dear, close associates. And then Lord Nityananda said, dear Lord, cut it out. Turn them into devotees. You are not here to do, chopping here. There is no need to brag. This is not the purpose. Remember, you have appeared here. You are not in Dwapar Yuga. You are in Kali Yuga here. Your mission is totally different. You are not going to use any weapon to liberate or purify individuals here. You are going to use your mercy. Your mercy. Your potency in the form of your holy names to deliver them. That is the weapon. Nityānanda bole khanda khanda kare tumi sei dui thakite kotha na aibe ami. He said, Nityananda said, you may cut them to pieces, but I will not go out as long as they are there. Then he says, why do you brag so much? First get these to chant the name of Govinda. So like that, they are having nice conversation there. And then Lord Gauranga, seeing the inner mood of Lord Nityananda, that he wants to deliver them. And he blesses Nityananda and Das Thakur. Lord Nityananda, since you have desired, actually they are already delivered. Since you gave a darshan to them, since you desired them to be delivered, they are already delivered. But Lord Nityananda, Das Thakur, I am not going anywhere near them. Lord Gauranga said, don't worry. Everything will happen on its own accord. So there you go, Lord Nityananda, Das Thakur out again, distributing the holy names of the Lord. And one night, in the night time, Lord Nityananda automatically walks into Jagai and Madai again. So the two lords work in a very mysterious way. Very mysterious way. Guru and Krishna, they work together in delivering conditioned souls. So here, Krishna is Gauranga and Guru is Lord Nityananda. And of course, he is backed up by great gurus and devotees like Haridas Thakur, Advaita Acharya. Actually, Advaita Acharya also comes into, because Haridas Thakur goes and complains to Advaita Acharya about this incident. He says, so, I don't know what I got into me, that I went with Nityananda, somehow I'm saved, but and then Advaita Acharya also says that, don't worry, just it's matter of time. In a couple of days, you too will be dancing with them and doing kirtan. So I was just reflecting upon that. You see, this is also the desire of Advaitacharya. And his mercy is also already there, that they to be delivered. So how many people's mercy working here? Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauranga, of course, because he desires everyone to be delivered. Lord Nityananda sees himself simply an instrument in this delivery process. The Maharaj who was here recently, he was describing that Lord Gauranga is the ocean of mercy. He is the treasure of mercy. And Nityananda is the treasurer or cashier. He has the key to that mercy. So he has the key. So he can open the treasure and give you the cash. What is the way? Dhana mora Nityananda, Pati mora Gaura Chanda, Prana mora Yugala Kishore. Nityananda Thakur sings like that. Lord Nityananda is my wealth. And Lord Gauranga is my life, my master. And there are two lords, Nityananda and Gauranga, they are my life and soul. So Lord Gauranga is the source of all the pleasure and bliss. And we need the wealth in terms of strength to access that treasure of mercy. And that wealth, Dhanamora Nityananda, that's Lord Nityananda is the wealth. He is the wealth, he is the sadhana. He is the medium. Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Krishna the sadhana, he is the ultimate goal to serve and give him prema, Krishna prema, and in return we receive Krishna prema. But the process, the medium is Guru, Lord Nityananda. He is the sadhana, he is the process, he is the medium, he is the path. And we need him in order to be able to get to Lord Gauranga. So, and in sharing the mischievous activities of Lord Nityananda, Haridas Thakur said this, Nityananda is a crazy person. He goes in the Ganges river and not simply to take bath, he goes there and tries to catch crocodiles and so forth. Can you believe it? I am hanging around with this fellow, you know. So anyway, Advaitacharya is coming in down, he said, no need to worry, you will have wonderful days ahead. So just stay with him, you know. So we know the story, the pastimes of Jagai Madai, very famous story we all know, how when Nityananda Prabhu approaches next time in the night, Jagai Madai, they are still drunkard. And Madai picks up a clay pot and hits Lord Nityananda and he is bleeding. He tries to hit him again, then Jagai comes and chastises Madai. What are you doing? He's a sannyasi, he's a brahmana, he's a great person. Why you are punishing him? Why you are torturing him? Why you are harming him? And while this scene is going on, someone goes and informs Lord Gauranga about this incident. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrives there. So, let's see. एक दिन नित्यानंद नगर भ्रमिया नाच निशायद ऐसे दोहे धरी लेखा गिया. After wandering throughout the city, one day Nityananda went that night before the two. Jagai Madai shouted, "Who are you? Who are you?" Nityananda replied, "I am going to the Lord's house." I am simply going to the Lord's house. Intoxicated by wine, they asked, "What is your name?" Nityananda replied, "My name is Avadhuta." Intoxicated in the mood of a child, Lord Nityananda spoke to the drunkard as his pastimes. So here, Vrindavan Das Thakur says that in his mind, Lord Nityananda has already decided to deliver them. Doesn't matter at what cost. Uddhariba duijana hena ache mane ataiva nishaya aila se sthane. He had already decided, I will deliver these two. That is why he came there that night. Vrindavan Das Thakur. So Lord Gauranga has a mission and Lord Nityananda has that mission in his mind. So he is working on the mission of Lord Gauranga. So here said the broken clay pot cut the Lord's head and blood flowed from the wound, yet Lord Nityananda simply remembered Govinda. On seeing the blood, Jagai felt compassionate and grabbed the hand of Madhai when he prepared to strike the Lord again. Why did you do that? You are very cruel. What will you gain by beating an outsider? Leave Avaduta alone. Do not beat him again. What will you gain by beating a sannyasi? So, as I mentioned that by now Lord Chaitanya has arrived at the scene and he says the blood coming out from the forehead of Lord Nityananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets very, very angry and he decides to call his chakra to really behead them, especially Madhai. Nityananda Prabhu immediately stops and he requests, begs Lord Chaitanya, More bhiksha deho Prabhu, More bhiksha deho Prabhu, Ei dui sharira, Kichu dukha nahi mora, Tumi hayo sthira. We should try to place ourselves in the shoes of Lord Nityananda. You have been hit by somebody, blood is pouring from you, you are in pain and so forth. And somebody comes to help you or to punish those who have caused harm to you, and you are so cool. That's why it says Lord Nityananda is Nitai Padakamana Koti Chandra Sushitala. In that bhajan, it said that Lord Nityananda is cool like thousands of moon. You know, in night time when moon is out, it feels cool. So like that. Here, Lord Nityananda is not concerned about the pain which they have caused to him or anything like that. Lord Gauranga is about to punish them, but Lord Nityananda stops Lord Gauranga and begs him that, O Lord, give me these two in charity. You may be pacified, for I feel no pain. So it is described that Lord Nityananda has no limit to his mercy, and there is no place for anger in him. And we see that here. That only thing he is concerned about is how to deliver them, how to glorify Lord Gauranga, and how to purify the consciousness and existence of these two fallen souls, Jagai and Madhai. That's all he is concerned about. Nothing else he is worried about at all. His own pain and so forth, nothing. So Lord Gauranga, of course, it is said that if Lord Nityananda is happy, Lord Gauranga is happy. And if Lord Gauranga is happy, Lord Nityananda is happy. If either of them is unhappy, then the other one is automatically unhappy. So the essence of this is that we need to please them both. Lord Gauranga says, if you offend Nityananda, in other words, if you offend or displease Nityananda or his representative, Guru Tattva, Guru, then there is no way Lord Gauranga is going to be pleased. Because this is Guru Aparad and Vaishnava Aparad. And again, very beautifully described in bhajan. Hari Name Aparad, Hari Sthane Aparadhe, Tare Hari Naam, Tumi Sthane Aparadhe, Nahi Paritran. So in this bhajan, it is described like that. That if you commit offense against the Lord, you can take refuge of His holy name and your offense may be nullified. But if you offend a devotee of the Lord, there is no cure other than to seek the forgiveness from that devotee you have offended. This is what Lord Gauranga is trying to teach here to all of us in this pastime also. Lord Nityananda took no offense. Blood is coming, he is not in pain, he says so. And he is not concerned about anything other than their deliverance. But Lord Gauranga, he is not going to settle the matter right at that point. So, so when Lord Nityananda informs Lord Gauranga that Madhai was the one who hit, and it is actually Jagai who tried to protect me, Lord Gauranga was very much pleased by that endeavor Jagai put forward. So here it says, Jagaera bole Krishna kripa karu tore, Nityananda rakhiya kinili tuni more, e abhishta chitte dekha taha tumhi manga, aji haite hau tora prema bhakti labha. So just this simple tokens, this simple gesture of trying to protect Lord Nityananda, Jagai basically purchased Lord Gauranga. And here it is said that by protecting Lord Nityananda, you have purchased me. This is what Lord Gauranga said. You have purchased me. Just ask me for any benediction you desire. May you attain pure devotional service from this day on. And actually, Lord Gauranga shows him his universal form. He shows his divine form there actually. He embraces him, he shows him divine form, he embraces him. When Madhai sees this wonderful scene here, that how Jagai is at the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga and tears are flowing from him, and Mahaprabhu has already embraced him and empowered his potency in his body, that his sins are nullified and he is experiencing bliss, Madhai starts to regret. How unfortunate I am that I have tried to hit this Mahajan, this great personality Nityananda, and he actually begs there. Here it said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Jagai, get up and see me. I have indeed awarded you pure devotional service. And what he said, just get up and see me. What he's showing to him? Chaturbhuja Sankha Chakra Gada Padmadhara Jagai Dekhila Se Prabhu Viswambhara. Jagai saw Viswambhara having 4 arms and holding conch, disc, club and lotus. Can you imagine? These 2 drunkards who had known nothing but, talking nonsense, acting nonsense, thinking nonsense, total nonsense from all angles. And they are purified to the extent here, Jagai especially, that not only he gets the personal embrace of Mahaprabhu, he sees his divine form. He attains pure devotional service. Simply by serving Lord Nityananda a little bit. And what was the service? He tried to stop Madhai from hitting him again. So, we can derive from this pastime that even a little service we perform to Lord Nityananda and Srila Prabhupada and Guru can be so pleasing to Lord Gauranga. Isn't it? And upon seeing this, Jagai, seeing the divine form of Lord Gauranga, Jagai fell unconscious. He was in ecstasy. And seeing this, and his tears are flowing from his eyes. And here, wonderful, while Jagai is shedding tears and he is in ecstasy, Vrindavan Das Thakur describes, Eka jiva doi deha jagaye madhai, Eka punya, eka papa, vaise eka thai. Jagai and Madhai were like one soul with 2 bodies. Yet here one pious and one was sinful. One is experiencing ecstasy, another one is on the way to ecstasy. Because all these wonderful pastimes, two wonderful lords, merciful lords are purifying them. It's a matter of time Madhya is going to be purified. But there is some actions, some repentance had to be performed by Madhya. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to teach him. Here he says, when the Lord bestowed mercy on Jagai, the heart of Madhya was immediately rectified. So you see, the two lords are glorifying each other wonderfully. Lord Gauranga, Lord Krishna, he is fully capable of achieving any task. But he engages Lord Nityananda in this wonderful task as well. He sends Lord Nityananda first to go and soften the hearts of conditioned souls whose hearts are like stone, very hard heart, just like very hard ground. And Lord Balaram, who Haladhar, plowing, he comes in the form of Nityananda, he goes there and he basically turns the hard ground into soft bed. So Lord Gauranga's mercy, Lord Gauranga can come and sow the seed of Krishna Prema Bhakti. So the two lords are working together in a team. One is preparing the ground, other one is coming sowing the seed. And how Lord Nityananda is doing? He is simply asking them to chant. He is asking them to show faith in the potency of the holy name. Isn't it? What is that? Nadiya Godru me Nityānanda Mahajam Pathiya Chinam Hat Jivare Karam Shraddhavan Jan He Shraddhavan Jan He Nadiya Godru me Nityananda Mahajam. So what he's selling? He's selling faith in the holy name. He says simply have faith. And this faith is the one which is acting as a plow. It's pulverizing the hard-hearted condition into soft heart. So the holy name Lord can come and bestow his mercy. So this is how it's happening. Jagai is purified, his heart has melted. Madhya, his heart is also starting to melt. And what he does, he rushes to Lord Nityananda, holds his cloth, and touching his lotus feet. What Madhya says, he submits a plea to Lord Nityananda and Lord Gauranga. दुई जने एक थाई कैले प्रभु पाप अनुग्रह केने प्रभु कर दुई भाग. So here, petitioning, Madhya is petitioning, he's saying, oh Lord, we both committed sinful activities together. Why do you divide us while bestowing your mercy? This is what Madhya is telling. Bestow your mercy on me so that I can chant your name. There is no one to deliver me other than you. What a transformation in the heart of Madhya. And Jagai already transformed. So Lord Gauranga is replying here. Prabhu bole तोरा त्राण नहीं देखी मुई नित्यानंद अंगे रक्त पड़िली से तुई मधाई बलय इहा बलिते न पार आपनार धर्म प्रभु अपनी के न छड़ा बाणे विंधि लेखा तुम ए असुर गणे निज पद तासबारे तबे दिले केने प्रभु बोले ताहा हैते तोरा अपराध नित्यानंद अंगैते करीले रक्तपात आम होते ए नित्यानंद देह बड़ा Dora sthane e satya kahilama darha. So what Mahaprabhu is saying, I do not foresee your deliverance, for you have drawn blood from the body of Nityananda. Madhai said, you cannot say this. Why are you forsaking your duty? Why did you award your lotus feet to the demons that pierced your body with arrows? Now he is reminding him. The Lord replied, your offense is greater than theirs, because you have drawn blood from the body of Nityananda. The body of Nityananda is superior to mine. I vertically tell you this truth. So, whether it was Ravana piercing the body of Lord Ramachandra, or Kamsa abusing the Lord, so many personalities, but here he is saying that you have delivered them, why neglect me? And Lord Gauranga is saying, you cannot attract my mercy if you harm Lord Nityananda. Satyayadi kahila thakur more sthane balaha niskriti muni moi paiva ke mane. O Lord, if you are telling me the truth, then tell me, how will I be delivered? It's very intelligent, Madhai. He is not going to give up there. He doesn't say, take no for no. He is rejected by the Lord, but yet he is looking for ways to be delivered, to request, beg for the mercy of the Lord. Find a way to rectify his crime in a way which he has committed. And he is glorifying Lord Gauranga here. Sarva raga nasa vaidya chura mani tumi roga chikitsile shusthahaya ami. O Lord, you destroy all disease, for you are the crest jewel of all physicians. If you treat me, then I will be cured. He is depending upon the mercy of Lord Gauranga. Many times, when our spiritual masters, or even when the Lord is rough, so to speak, externally, then we feel rejected or broken-hearted. We should never lose faith in the protection of the Lord. This is one of the qualities of being a surrendered soul. There are 6 items of surrender. One of them is having firm faith in the protection of the Lord. So, here they say, O Lord of the universe, please do not deceive me. Now that you are known, how will you hide? The Lord then comes to the point. He says, Prabhu bole aparadha kaila tumi bada Nityananda charana dhariya giya pada. Then he advises the solution. He says, you have committed a great offense. Go and grab hold of Nityananda's lotus feet. Being ordered by the Lord, Madhai then caught hold of the invaluable treasure of Nitai's lotus feet. Vrindavan Das Thakur writes so wonderfully. By taking refuge of those lotus feet, one is never vanquished. Revati knows well the glories of those lotus feet. Revati is the wife of Lord Balaram. So here, Lord Gauranga is glorifying Lord Nityananda. How much time? 10 minutes? No? Finish? 4 minutes? Okay. Coming to the end. So, now Lord Gauranga is begging Lord Nityananda. He is saying, now that he has fallen at your feet, you may show him your mercy. And then it's wonderful display of Lord Nityananda's merciful nature. Lord Gauranga says, since he has made you bleed, you are the one you can forgive. You are the only one who can forgive him. Lord Nityananda said, O Lord, what can I say? You have the potency to bestow your mercy even through a tree. And actually, Lord Nityananda declares that I have not taken any offense. I have not taken any offense of what he has done to me. Because later on, Madhai comes to, because even though he's forgiven here and everything, later on he comes to see Lord Nityananda in isolation, in private, and he repenting very badly what he had done to Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda says that, don't worry, I have no ill feelings towards you. Your beating or your hurt you did to me was just like a child hitting out of innocence and ignorance his father. Father takes no offense. So Lord Nityananda's nature is like that. He does not take any offense. That doesn't mean we commit offense. Because he may not take offense, but Lord Gauranga will take offense. So we have to be very, very careful that we don't take Guru or Lord Nityananda lightly. So, so I hope what we have heard and discussed and glorified in terms of merciful nature of Lord Nityananda, we have understood his mood, and inner mood is to serve Lord Gauranga. Lord Gauranga's inner mood is to glorify his dear servants, those who are trying to preach his mission. I would like to conclude by saying that just like Lord Nityananda indiscriminately tried to bestow mercy upon everyone regardless of one's qualification, Srila Prabhupada, following in the footsteps of Lord Nityananda, did precisely that also. He came to the West and tried to give Krishna Prema in the form of holy names of the Lord without any discrimination, without any prior qualification. So, just like Lord Nityananda said that if you want to please me, simply worship Lord Gauranga, chant Lord Gauranga, and preach about Lord Gauranga. So our mood should also be to the best of our ability in whatever way it's possible. We can try to serve Lord Nityananda by serving the Guru Parampara, by serving the movement. And this way, we will have access to the ocean of mercy, which Lord Gauranga has, through the medium, through the mercy of Guru Tattva, which is headed by Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauranga. He is the Adi Guru. Without his mercy, we can never approach Lord Gauranga, Lord Krishna. So I will stop here. I've been reminded time is up. So we can keep talking for another hour or so, because we have not even entered into his Grihastha life and so forth. But such is the nature of the transcendental nature of the Lord and his dear devotees. His glories are unlimited. So thank you very much, Mataji and Prabhu, for giving me an opportunity to meditate upon the wonderful qualities and nature of Lord Nityananda and derive some inspiration from his appearance day. Somehow, rather, if I can serve the mission, I will consider myself very fortunate. So please bless me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Lord Nityananda Trayodasi Mahamahotsav ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande.
His Grace Ranganath Prabhu ki
Jai.
So we just have a few announcements before Gaura Arati. So if everyone could be patient, there are a lot of sponsors that have helped make this festival a success. So we'd just like to recognize those people. So the guest feast was sponsored in honor of Madhuranga Prabhu by